You see, the problem is this. We identify in our experience a differentiation between what we do and what happens to us. We have a certain number of actions that we define as voluntary. We feel in control of those, and then, over against that, there is all those things that are involuntary. But the dividing line between these two is very arbitrary. Because, for example, when you move your hand, you feel that you decide whether to open it or to close it. But then, ask yourself, how do you decide? When you decide to open your hand, do you first decide to decide? You don't, do you? You just decide. And how do you do that? And if you don't know how you do it, is it voluntary or involuntary? Let's consider breathing. You can feel that you breathe deliberately. You can control your breath. But when you don't think about it, it goes on. Is it voluntary or involuntary? And so, we come to have a very arbitrary definition of self. That much of my activity, which I feel I do, and that then doesn't include breathing most of the time. It doesn't include the heartbeats, it doesn't include the activity of the glands, it doesn't include digestion, it doesn't include how you shape your bones, circulate your blood. Do you or do you not do these things? Now, if you get with yourself and you find out that you are all of yourself, a very strange thing happens. You find that your body knows that you're one with the universe. In other words, the so-called involuntary circulation of your blood is one continuous process with the stars shining. If you find out that it's you who circulates your blood, you will at the same moment find out that you are shining the sun, because your physical organism is one continuous process with everything else that's going on. Just as the waves are continuous with the ocean, your body is continuous with the total energy system of the cosmos, and it's all you. Only, you're playing the game that you're only this bit of it. But as I tried to explain, there are in physical reality no such things as separate events. Doesn't it really astonish you that you are this fantastically complex thing, and that you're doing all of this and you never had any education in how to do it? You never learned, but you're this miracle. Well, the point is that from a strictly physical, scientific standpoint, this organism is a continuous energy with everything else that's going on. And if I am my foot, I am the sun. Only we've got this little partial view. We've got the idea that no, I'm just something in this body. The ego, that's a joke. The ego is nothing other than the focus of conscious attention. It's like a radar on a ship. The radar on a ship is a troubleshooter. Is there anything in the way? And conscious attention is a designed function of the brain to scan the environment, like a radar does, and note for any troublemaking changes. But if you identify yourself with your troubleshooter, then naturally you define yourself as being in a perpetual state of anxiety. And the moment we cease to identify with the ego and become aware that we are the whole organism, you realize as the first thing how harmonious it all is. Because your organism is a miracle of harmony. All this thing functioning together, even those creatures that are fighting each other in the bloodstream and eating each other up, if they weren't doing that, you wouldn't be healthy. So what is discord at one level of your being is harmony at a higher level. And you begin to realize that, and you begin to be aware too that the discords of your life and the discords of people's life, which are a fight at one level, at a higher level of the universe, are healthy and harmonious. And you suddenly realize that everything that you are and do is at that level as magnificent and as free of any blemish, as the patterns in waves, the markings in marble, the way a cat moves. And that this world is really okay. It can't be anything else because otherwise, it couldn't exist. So then, if you awaken from this illusion, you can feel yourself not as a stranger in the world, not as something here on probation, not as something that has arrived here by fluke. But you can begin to feel your own existence as absolutely fundamental. What you are basically, deep down, far in, is simply the fabric and structure of existence itself. So in this idea then, everybody is fundamentally the ultimate reality, not God in a politically kingly sense, but God in the sense of being the self, the deep down basic whatever there is. And you're all that, only you're pretending you're not. And as we reach the end of our journey today, let's take a moment to reflect on the profound words of Alan Watts. Remember, the line between what we control and what happens to us is often blurred and arbitrary. Our actions, whether voluntary or involuntary, form an intricate tapestry that is delved into the idea that even the simplest acts, like moving a hand or breathing, are connected to a much larger cosmic process. It's a reminder that we are not just isolated beings, but a part of the continuous energy system of the universe. As we wrap up, think about how the harmony and discord in our lives are different perspectives of the same reality. Like the waves in the ocean or the stars in the night sky, we too are part of this magnificent, intricate pattern of existence. So, as you step into your day or night, carry with you the thought that you are more than just a solitary individual. You are a vital part of this vast, interconnected universe. And if today's discussion resonated with you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more thought-provoking content. Your support helps us continue exploring these deep and fascinating topics. Until next time, keep pondering the mysteries of our existence, and remember, you are an integral part of this wondrous universe. This is Awaken Awareness, signing off. Stay curious, stay connected,